Hey everybody, Onepeg here. Just wanted to say thanks for checking out my Little Things series, and we're on video 10 now, which is ridiculous. Did you guys know that I stream every day? It's true. I stream every single day on Twitch. You can find me tomorrow morning at 6:30 a.m. Eastern Standard Time, which, for those of you that like GMT, it is GMT -5. I'm actually going to be doing a marathon/subathon stream tomorrow, so every single little bit or sub or whatever you guys feel like contributing to the stream will keep me online even longer. I'm sorry, and you're welcome. So today, anyway, we're going to be talking about a kind of internal hacky kind of shortcut things that you can do inside of Tarkov. Some audio stuff that you can do that will increase your ability to hear things around you that you want to hear. Speed looting of enemies, how you can loot things faster, especially scavs, and how you can check to see what kind of ammo you have in mags that don't require you to switch to the gun and do a mag check to tell you what's actually in the magazine. And then lastly, we're going to talk about leveling of the metabolism skill and how you can do a couple of small tricks that will assist you in leveling that skill as fast as possible. So I think this video is going to actually be pretty cool. Almost as cool as the sponsor for today's video that I'm going to have yesterday's version of Onepeg tell all of you all about. Roll it! Hey, Onepeg here with Arn. For those of you familiar with me, you know that I like to play video games that are beautiful, have a great story, and are chock full of adrenaline-pumping action. So a game that I could play as a resurrected warrior brought back to defeat an evil dark lord that subjugated an entire realm full of poisonous giant spiders, fire and poison-breathing dragons, and frost giants that I have to cut my way through in order to be able to restore peace and harmony to the entire land, and it's got amazing graphics? Sign me up. Want to summon a hail of spectral swords to take out a giant spider and all of her broodlings? Check. Want to be a badass orc dual-wielding axes that crits a boss minion so hard that his mom feels it? Check. How about a troll bear man that bashes things with spectral drywall missiles? Yeah, we got that too. Raid Shadow Legends is a beautiful game. Personally, I love PvP in games like this, and the arena in Raid is awesome. Also, that orc dude that I mentioned, the one with the axes. Yeah, he wrecks stuff. Love that guy. And now the highly anticipated Battle Pass is here. Season 1 is now live, and you can win some awesome rewards, including free energy refills, gems, upgraded artifact sets, and new epic and legendary champions. Check out the level 100 guy. He is badass. Go to the video description, click on the links below, and if you're a new player, you'll be given 100,000 bonus silver, 50 free gems, an extra energy refill, and a free rare bonus champion, the Adjudicator. Now, the rewards are only available for the next 30 days from the date of this upload, so be quick. All this treasure will be waiting for you right here. You can find me in-game under the nickname Onepeg, and if you're quick enough, you can join my clan, Arnie Best Boy, because, I mean, look at him. You know he is. Hey everybody, my name is Onepeg, and this is Little Things Episode 10. So cool. The term life hack is defined as a strategy or technique adopted in order to manage one's time and daily activities in a more efficient way. And as it turns out, in the world of Tarkov, there are things that I would consider to be life hacks that can help with quality of life, speed, and just generally more efficient gameplay. A perfect example of this is a sound setting in the options. All of the menu buttons, inventory sounds, shuffling noises, etc. all have these interesting little clicks and pops and shuffling sounds that are made for just about everything and anything that you can either click on or move around as you move them. Take, for example, this load-in that I've done into an offline mode of factory. Now, in my inventory, you can see that I've got some stuff on, I've got some stuff that I've taken off. I tab in and out of my backpack, and I then start to reload a mag. And as I'm doing this, you can hear all of the audible clicks and reload sounds and the zipper noise when I put on the chest armor and take it off again, the sound that the helmet makes when I take it on and off, the movement of the docs case, the movement of grenades, the movement of my backpack. All of this stuff that I'm moving around in the menus all has a sound associated with it. But here's the thing. Moving all of this stuff around doesn't actually make a sound in the game, not ambiently anyway, to where someone else could hear you. It's all just an effect that is done through inventory movement so that the game makes you feel more engaged. There's actually a sound slider for this. If you go into the options and you change the interface volume slider, and turn it down. Now, if I go into my inventory, when I grab grenades and move them around, or grab my Red Rebel ice pick and move that around, or take ammunition, for instance, and go and reload my mag, now it's significantly quieter. I can even go into the sound settings and turn this all the way to 0. So when I am taking my ammunition and running that back into the mag, it's now completely silent, as are every single other inventory movement noise. This is how you can tell whether or not another player in the game can hear the sounds that you're making inside of your own inventory. I'm commonly asked the question whether or not reloading a mag with single rounds of ammo, like you have to do in this game, is something that can be audibly heard by others. Well, the telltale sign of this is whether or not the sound is made when the inventory slider is turned down. Not only can you hear more around you, but it also gives you an indication of what is only a sound for you to hear and what is a sound that everyone else can also hear. By turning the inventory slider down for this sound, it enables you to hear more around you. So that way you're not listening to the noise pollution of rounds going back into a mag and can instead focus on the ambient noise in your surroundings so that you can react better to the situations that you're in. Pretty cool stuff, right? Now next I want to take a look at magazines, specifically mags that are loaded into weapons or that you find in rigs of players or laying around anywhere on the map. In this case, I've loaded into an offline factory and I've brought in some sample magazines full of different types of ammo, and I don't know what those ammo types are just off of the get. So let's say I find an alpha rig with some mags in it just kind of laying on the ground in a 74N. Why not? Now, if I want to know what kind of ammo is in this, the traditional way is to right-click, hit unload, and let a round or two kind of click out, and then I know that SPP is in this magazine, for instance, or that BS or BT is in these other two mags that I've got. Tarkov renders everything, and that includes the bullets that fly out of the gun. It also includes the rendering of bullets that are inside of the mags. Once you click and open the inspection window, if you drag your mouse downward, you can actually look into the top of the mag and see what kind of rounds are inside of it. In this case, for instance, SPP and BP ammo are loaded into each one of these 30 rounders, and you can see a quite clear difference between the two. One of them has a light blue tip and BP has a brown tip, just like you would see in the artist renderings. And just as an aside, while raiders traditionally will have things like morphine, grenades, and health kits inside of their chest rigs, in a previous Little Things video, we talked about how you can tell the difference between a scav and a player scav. So in the case of an AI scav, a traditional AI scav, if you kill one when you go to loot their body, and you see that they had like a 133 shotgun, for instance, chest rigs on normal AI scavs only ever have ammo and mags in the chest rig. So if you kill one and you know you're not going to be using the gun or the ammo that goes along with it, and maybe you're just going to take an attachment or something on looting them, only bother with the pockets and a backpack if they're wearing one, because in searching the chest rig, they only ever have ammo and magazines in those chest rigs, and it's just a waste of time for you. And if for whatever reason you want to check and see what kind of ammo they're using, you can just double-click to open up the gun, check the magazine in the gun using the drag-down method that I just showed you, and now you've saved yourself the time hassle associated with searching through the chest rig. So when looking at all of these different ammo types, how can you tell the difference? PS ammo has a red ring at the base of the bullet. That's it. BP ammo, which is traditionally found in AKs on racks, has a brown tip on the end of the bullet. BS and BT, again, can't be differentiated between each other. So if you see something that just looks like a plain round, no indicators on either one of them, both of them are probably worth keeping. And lastly, 7 and 39, or a Golnik, is a red ring and a blue tip, which coincidentally is the most valuable ammo for 5.45 in the game right now. Now, obviously, there are a whole lot of other ammo types, and if you start looking through them in-game, you can start noticing that some of them have some differentiating characteristics in their artwork. So pay attention to what the artwork looks like. Now, the last thing that I want to talk about has to do with power leveling of metabolism, and not in a way that's exploitive. Leveling metabolism enhances the positive effects that you get from food and drink, and also slows the decay rate that you'll experience inside of Raid when you are running around becoming more exhausted and more dehydrated. It makes those things go out slower. Metabolism's Elite perk at level 51 removes the negative effects associated with dehydration and exhaustion, meaning you run out of the water meter or run out of the energy meter. So it makes sense to max this out so you don't get all the negative effects that come along with becoming dehydrated or exhausted. And this is the quickest way how. First things first, in your hideout, what you want to do is make sure that you have an FP100 filter absorber installed in your filtering unit. The reason for this is because it boosts physical skills by 40%. That means inside of the character menu, if you look at your skills, any of the skills that have a pH in front of them with a little blue square are things that are affected by the FP100 filter absorber. You can see the effect of this being remarked as on and affecting you once you load into Raid and check your character pane under the skills setting by hovering your mouse simply over any of these pH skills, where you'll see quite clearly in blue it will say leveling speed increased by 129%. So to illustrate this, I've simply loaded into an offline factory run, where I've got a couple cans of Tushonka and 2 water bottles. In this case, you can see that the energy and hydration meters are moving, and I eat a can of Tushonka to knock down my hydration. Now, the way metabolism works is by reacting to a positive change in either one of these 2 values. So, if you eat or drink anything that makes those numbers move in a positive direction, you're affecting your metabolism. You can see that in this instance, even though I'm only putting back 5 points of hydration, I've still moved the meter a tenth of a point of XP. So the easiest way to do it now would be to eat something that causes you to dehydrate a little bit and then drink something to replenish that gauge. Now, like any other skill, there are diminishing returns in this case, and it seems like you're only able to do maybe 4 or 5 points into one of these skills before a diminishing return mechanic kicks in and ends up making you wait about 10 minutes before you'll start getting the same benefit as you once did. But this is the fastest way to go about doing it. The easiest, most passive way to make sure that you level your metabolism would be to eat and or drink any and everything that you find in a raid as you move along. Obviously, making sure to pay attention to those meters because you don't want to dehydrate yourself and cause a problem, right? Thanks, everyone, for lending me your eyeballs. My name again is Onepeg. Wishing you never become dehydrated. You shoot the next hatchling you see in the knees and walk away. And you get disconnected from labs less than 3 times per raid. Cheers.